Welcome back to another episode of Building the Franchise with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm your host, Gibbs. I've been a little behind on my episodes, so we're going to rip through a few weeks pretty quickly to catch up. We're in week 3, so let's get right into it. For training, Ramsey, Bortles, and Haggins will be our focus players, and we will work on the smash concept and cover 2 defense. We also get cornerback Aaron Clevin back from injury this week. This week, we begin negotiations with a few key players on our team. First, we're going to take care of Allen Robinson. He's a key piece of our offense. We offered him a 4-year deal worth $46.6 million, and he gladly accepted. We also offered Blake Bortles a 4-year deal worth $56.7 million, but he declined, saying he would like a bigger bonus. Try again next week. This week we have the Texans coming to town. Both of us are 2-0. On 2nd and 8, rookie Haggins gets a sack fumble recovered by Telvin Smith. Drive stalls held to 3 points. 1st and 10, Cook tries to hit Fuller but gets intercepted by Jalen Ramsey, who made a great reaction to the ball being thrown. After the turnover, we drive down the field but get stopped on the 6-yard line and held to a field goal, 6-0. On 3rd and 5, Cook hits his tight end Whale for a touchdown, extra point good, Texans up 7-6. 3rd and 6, Cook to Hopkins for a touchdown, extra point gets shanked, Texans up 13-6. After a failed Jags drive, we hold the Texans on a 3rd and 6, forcing a field goal, Houston up 16-6. 2nd and 7, Bortles hits Robinson, taking us down to the 2-yard line. 1 play later, Bortles sneaks it in for the touchdown, extra point good, 16-13. Texans give ball back, forced to punt, and on 2nd and 10 with only 12 seconds left, Bortles hits Hearns, who barely gets us in field goal range and out of bounds to stop the clock. Texans attempt to ice my kicker, but Myers comes through and in the clutch situation forces overtime, 16-16. Unfortunately, on the first play of overtime, Cook hits Hopkins, who beats Amukamara, shrugging off the tackle and running for 72 yards to win the game for the Texans. Sadly, Telvin Smith got injured during the game, shoulder tear, out for 3 weeks, adding to our already depleted team. Week 4 training, we will be working on short pass levels, cover 3 defense. Ramsey, Bortles, and Haggins will be our focus player. We attempt to sign Bortles again, and on our second offer, he informs us he will be testing free agency at the end of the year. This leaves us with 2 options. Either we tag him at the end of the year, or we attempt to find future in the draft or free agency. Right now, we are going to see how the year ends and go from there. Week 4, we have another division rival coming to town, Pricey and the Colts. On the kick return, Jarrett gets laid out and fumbles the ball recovered by the Colts. After the fumble, our defense holds strong on 3rd and 6, with rookie Haggins getting his 3rd sack of the season and keeping the Colts to a field goal attempt. Colts kicker shanks a field goal, keeping the game 0-0. After both teams forced to punt, Colts put together a drive down to the 2-yard line, scoring a touchdown on a pass from Luck to the rookie Sowles. Colts kicker shanks another kick, Colts up 6-0. After a failed Jags drive, Malik Jackson comes up with a big sack on 1st and 10. On 3rd and 4, Haggins hits Luck as he's about to throw, forcing 4th down and a field goal. Colts kicker finally makes one, Colts up 9-0. On the first play of the 3rd quarter, Malik Jackson misses Luck but gains his balance and gets his 2nd sack of the game. 2nd and 6, Luck tries to hit his tight end on a corner, but Ramsey jumps the route for the interception. On 2nd down, Bortles makes a horrible decision, leading to a pick 6 by the defense. Colts go for the 2-point conversion, but our defense holds strong. 3rd and 18, Bortles tries to force the ball to Hearns, who barely even tries for it, causing another interception. We head to the 4th quarter down 15, held to a field goal attempt, which their kicker of course shanks again, this one only from the 10-yard line. Bortles tries to force the ball to Stills, who tips the ball into the air, intercepted by the Colts, sealing the game for Indianapolis. Bortles has a horrible game after declaring he's leaving for free agency, throwing 4 interceptions and no touchdowns. We also add another injury to the list, with Aaron Clevin getting injured again, broken thumb, out 4 weeks. Luckily, Myles Jack returns from injury next week. Let's get right into week 5. Doctors have cleared strong safety Cyprin, but we will start 7th round pickup Israel Gordy for the bonus XP, as he is the future at that position. For training, we will be focusing on Ramsey, Haggins, and Myles Jack. We will also be working on running and zone blitz. We are also able to attempt to re-sign Telvin Smith. He wants a 5-year deal, but with his age, I attempt to get him to re-sign for a shorter contract. He basically didn't like anything I had to say about it, and we'll try again next week. This week, we have Old Man Playa and the Seahawks. On 1st and 10, Bortles tries to hit Thomas, but gets picked off by Sherman for a touchdown. This is just not the way we need to be starting these games. Seahawk kicker shanks extra point, Hawks up 6-0. Bortles, with plenty of time in the pocket, completely overthrows Hearns, picked off by Thomas. Bortles really hasn't been showing me that he's worth that franchise tag. Wilson hits Kurtz for 46 yards, taking the Hawks down at the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal, Jags defense can't stop the rushing touchdown, extra point good, 13-0. Jags drive all the way down the field but are held to a field goal on 4th and 2, 13-3. 1st and 10, Bortles hits Robinson for a 70-yard touchdown with under 2 minutes left before half, extra point good, 13-10. On 3rd and 3, Gratz makes a big play to force 4th down and a punt, taking us to the second half. 3rd and 5, Miles Jack comes up with a big interception his first week back from injury. Bortles to Robinson one more time, taking us down to the 7-yard line. Yeldon almost makes it in on the toss on 3rd and goal, but is pushed out at the 2-yard line, forcing a field goal to tie the game, 13-13. 2nd and 10, Dante Fowler Jr. sacks Wilson for a 6-yard loss. The Seahawks drive down the field, completing long 3rd downs, leading to this rushing touchdown by Roth, his first career touchdown in MBL. Congrats, young man. The Seahawks kicker shanks another extra point. Hawks defense holds strong, forcing 4th down, and Bortles feels pressure, makes a bad read, and throws another interception to Earl Thomas. Our defense burns timeouts and keeps him from getting a first. Seahawks attempt a field goal, but miss as their kicker has been off all game. Again, on 3rd and 10 with the game on the line, Bortles gets pressured, makes a bad throw, and is picked off, but sealing the game for Seattle. Bortles again with another horrendous game, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. In training, we worked on outside zone and cover 3 with Ramsey, Haggins, and Jack as our focus players. I tried to re-sign Telvin Smith again, this time offering him $37 million over 5 years. He declined, stating he likes the length, but that's about it. Let's get right to the game. This week we have the Colts and Pricey again. Hopefully we can come back from our recent bad games. We started 2-0 and we have lost 3 straight. Jags receive the kickoff and drive down the field, leading to this 1-yard rush by Yeldon, who barely makes it in. Colts drive down the field, but on 3rd and 9 on the 11, our defense holds strong, forcing a field goal. Field goal good, 7-3. We were forced to punt, and on 2nd and 15, Luck is intercepted by Telvin Smith. 2nd and 11, Bortles hits Hearns on a streak, who jumps over a defender for a 32-yard touchdown. Extra point good, 14-3. Bortles hits Kenny Stills, who sits down in the space between the zones, but he fumbles the ball, recovered by Colts linebacker Whiteside. Luck tries to hit his tight end on an out, but Miles Jack reads it and jumps the route for a pick 6. Extra point good, 21-3. With little time left before the half, Colts drive, but Luck gets picked off by Marquise Huff. We come out and kneel, taking us to the second half. On 2nd and 10, Luck gets pressured by Haggins and forces a pass to Sowles, who's covered by Telvin Smith, tipped ball, and is intercepted by Dwayne Gratz. After the interception, we are stopped on 3rd and 6 and attempt a 59-yard field goal, which bounces off the bottom bar and back out. Our defense holds strong, and we keep the Colts to a long field goal attempt, returned by Vic to the 33-yard line. On 1st and 10, Luck shakes off a sack from Haggins, but Malik Jackson is right behind him to clean things up, making it 2nd and 18. On the very next play, Luck drops back but is chased down by Jackson and Fowler, sacked on the 1-yard line, making it 3rd and 30, forcing a punt 1 play later. Unfortunately, we get a roughing the kicker penalty, giving the Colts the first down. The game ends with a few more punts by both teams. Jags win 21-3. As a team, we had a total of 7 sacks that game. First round pick Larez Haggins has 6.5 sacks on the season, and we've been really impressed with his performance so far. Week 7 is our bye week, a much needed one. For our training, we worked on deep pass mills and cover 3 defense, and Ramsey, Haggins, and Jack are our focus players. Again, we offered Telvin Smith another deal. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and same as Bortles, after only a few offers, he informs us he will be testing free agency. We will have to see who we decide to tag at the end of the year, as Telvin is a pretty key piece of my young defense. Now in week 8, we get to choose our new stadium that we are going to build. We have decided to go with the Deluxe Hybrid Stadium, weekly cost of $2 million. Hopefully the fans will enjoy the big upgrade. This week our training will be working on outside zone and cover 2, with our focus players being Ramsey, Haggins, and Jack. A.A. Ron Cloven, Jonathan Cyprin, and Bradley Seymour come back from injury this week. We played Jay Moon and the LA Rams this week. On 1st and 10, Dante Fowler Jr. breaks to the line to sack the Rams quarterback for a big loss. On 3rd and 8, Falls throws into a tight window and is intercepted by Ron Cloven, back from injury, and is already making plays. Bortles hits Thomas for a big gain down to the opposing 28-yard line. Very next play, Bortles hits Ivory in the flat, and with a big block from Robinson, gets down to the 4-yard line. Yeldon carries it in the rest of the way for a 4-yard touchdown. Extra point good, Jags up 7-0. Rams drive down the field but are held to a field goal 7-3. 1st and 10, Yeldon gets the handoff and hits a big canale with the help of some great blocks and rushes for 75 yards and a touchdown. Extra point good, 14-3. On 3rd and 7, Ron Cloven makes another big play, sack fumble picked up by Haggins, who runs it in for the touchdown. Extra point good, 21-3. The Rams quarterback Falls overthrows his target and is intercepted by House. On 3rd down, Bortles forces a pass and is intercepted by the Rams. Rams drive down the field but are stopped short with constant pressure from the defensive line, forcing a field goal, 21-6. Jags held to a field goal after a good drive, 24-6. With little time left in the game, Rams hurry down the field, Falls to Austin for a touchdown. They go for 2 but don't get it. And with just over 2 minutes left, Jags hit the ball, get a 1st down, and burn the clock. Jags win. For our Week 9 training, Ramsey, Haggins, and Jack will be our focus players, and we will work on medium pass smash and cover 3 defense. We re-signed Ron Cloven to a 4-year deal worth $24.1 million. This week we play Kokamish Lip and the 6-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Our first drive stalls but gets us in field goal range, Jags up 3-0. Steelers' very first offensive play goes for 75 yards, Roethlisberger to Bryant, extra point good, 7-3. Steelers driving, but we stop them on a 3rd and 8, but a roughing the kicker penalty gives them the 1st down. 2nd and 11, Roethlisberger hits tight end James in a tight window for a touchdown, extra point good, 14-3. Jags forced a punt, Steelers driving, but Roethlisberger gets hurt, Bruce Sternum, when we're not returned for the game. Just before end of half, Steelers score another touchdown, Brissett to Rodgers, extra point good, 21-3. 3rd and 8, Bell hits a big hole for a 52-yard touchdown, extra point good, 28-3. Second and 10, and Yeldon breaks a 21-yard run. Jags driving again, in the red zone, Bortles tries to hit Hearns, who tips the ball. Fortunately, Robinson was right there to catch it. On 3rd down, Bortles hits Robinson on a slant for a late touchdown, extra point good, 28-10. Steelers kneel to win the game, 28-10. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Building Franchise with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next episode, we'll start with Week 10 matchup versus Fry and the Browns. You know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe to the MBL network. We have tons of Madden 17 CFM content, and make sure to check out the other BTF with the New England Patriots and Unisolated. Thanks for watching.